of the nonsense, as I like to call it, the things like smart glass and things like that. It did seem like very drawn back this year. It did. I mean, it was
Yeah.
there, but it didn't take over like 45 minutes of the show like it did last year between Connect and all the live
Like we were
bullshit
thinking it
and
would,
all
yeah.
that nobody cared about. They definitely
Yeah.
split up their time a lot more equally to give us great game or looks at what they thought were great games and the other
There were
stuff.
there were some good games though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, to go back to Splinter Cell Blacklist real quick, Alex, I know you're a huge fan of this series, and they're bringing back Spies vs. Mercs and
Which is cool.
the co-op. How do you feel about that?
I'm a fan of having those back in, but I actually did see. I didn't play Conviction because that was a 360 exclusive. Did that not have co-op in it, or Spec Ops, or anything like that, or did it? Because I actually
I
don't
didn't play
know.
Conviction either. At that point, I had completely when
Okay.
I have not played a Splinter Cell game since the original Xbox.
Oh, so since Chaos Theory, which was arguably the best one, easily. Because I did play Double Agent, and I thought it was okay. It was pretty decent. But it was glitchy as fuck in the PS3. But anyway, my issue with Blacklist, though, was the fact that it's a very superficial complaint, but they don't have Michael Ironside playing Sam Fisher. So as far as I'm concerned, he's not Sam Fisher anymore. And it's not a prequel, but the guy sounds younger than him, but it's not a prequel. It's a sequel. He actually is now the head of Echelon 4, or
Right,
Fourth
and
Echelon,
I
whatever
think
the hell
that's
it's called.
probably what Ubisoft was going for. I mean, wouldn't you want, if you're gonna revitalize the series, I don't think you want old ass Michael Ironside voicing your character anymore, do you?
I don't.
Whoa.
Well,
You
I
just
don't
say
get
Michael
that.
Ironside's old ass?
Alex,
Alex
I
is about
did.
to throw down.
no. I
dude,
would like to
I'll go
see.
as far- Do I have to bring
well,
up the
I just-
Powers Booth
going-
thing again?
I'm just gonna like start muttering to myself if you say that because I can't argue with the Powers Booth logic. But yeah, I guess I'm just saying it just doesn't feel even logical though because the guy voicing him is younger and this game takes place after the last one, so it's just weird to me. I don't know how I feel about that. But what's really important about this though is that it is a Splinter Cell game. It's being made by the same team, so it's probably going to be really good. It's going to be fun and that could be good enough. Is there any word on if this is going to be multi-platform or is it still 360 exclusive?
You know what? I think it's actually multi-platform because I got an IM from Scotty D
Okay.
saying something about the PS3, and it might have been in regards to Splinter Cell. I'm not sure, but I think it was. So as far as I know right now, it is multi-platform, but that's not 100% positive.
Sure.
What I did find interesting,
Yeah.
no Halo 4 multiplayer.
Yeah, not even talked about, which
Yeah,
was
not
actually kind of
even-
nice.
I know. I definitely thought that was cool. But at the same time, that's where I want to see the game actually working. I mean, because that's the replayability in Halo right there. I mean, the campaigns in Halo are great. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not playing more than twice.
Well, and you were also saying that when we were doing our last preview episode, that, and rightly so, saying that it's the area where 343 has to prove themselves the most. So, arguably, it might even be a little bit troubling that they didn't show it.
Well, and this is just, I mean, E3 hasn't even started yet, so I'm sure we'll probably see something
True.
from the show
Yeah.
floor. Hopefully, it'll be up to the quality of their presentation at the Microsoft press conference. But we'll see. Let's move on to Tomb Raider
Yeah.
because that we actually did see a good chunk of gameplay. And what did you guys think of it? I'm still. It's
Still
Uncharted
excited.
with boobs. I mean, in a big way, but I still think it looks fantastic and something I definitely want to play now.
Oh, I'm still signed up.
Yeah,
It hasn't lost me yet.
I'm even more signed up at this point. I think we've pretty much established that even though it is Uncharted with boobies, it's that like it doesn't matter. It's that's you could rip off worse source material. It's
Right.
fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a total cover-based system. I love the fact that games are going back. It's like we're tired of big fucking guns at this point, and we've now gone back to the bow and arrow. I mean,
There's so
it's
many
like,
bows and arrows today.
I know, and I'm totally down with that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Dan
a
Selke,
Skyrim
what do you think about the
effect.
bow and arrow? Chime in here somewhere, goddammit.
Gotcha. I like it. Actually, I haven't seen most of the conferences. I thought we were going to start at 8, so I was going to come out and ask what was going to happen. So I can't say much of intelligence.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
then here you go. Big news friggin' break for you. Lots of games are using bows and arrows now, and it's fantastic.
Exactly.
We think so.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
no, the Tomb Raider demo, it looked good. It didn't, there wasn't a lot of QTE like we got last year. It was actual gameplay. The game, the game doesn't look as good as it did last year. I think there was a lot of pre-rendering going on or something.
Oh,
I don't
last
know,
year was
but-
all. Last year was all pre-rendered. This year was the first time we saw gameplay.
Yeah, but I just thought that there was going to be I think there's a big difference. I thought it wasn't going to be that big of a difference between what we were seeing in that pre-rendered bullshit and the actual gameplay.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really notice. Well, I actually think that this game looks fucking gorgeous. I think it.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't look good. I'm not saying it's like
Yeah,
ugly
okay.
by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
I'm just
The
saying.
ugliest game I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying from the Crossroads trailer to the demo we saw today, or
okay.
from the E3 2011 trailer to the Crossroads trailer to the demo we saw today, it's definitely taken a dip in graphical fidelity, and I was, that was a little bit disappointing because I thought it was going to look like it did. I mean, I should know better, but I fell for it again. They got me.
Well, maybe that's why they pushed it back until fucking first quarter 2013.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. There's like no
March.
games coming out this holiday season now.
Which is good.
They all got
This is
pushed
good.
to spring.
I'm glad that there's no games coming out, or not as many games coming out this holiday season. Maybe actually play
Yeah, they're all
of
going to
them.
let Black Ops tank.
I was about to say, like, there is one game coming out, and that's gonna make me avoid the holiday season completely.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about it and get it over.
should
with?
just-
I wanna-
let's just
I want
get
to wreck
it
this
over
game.
with.
I want to wreck
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah, I
Oh,
really.
I love how all of a sudden it was like, wasn't it like 2 months ago Activision was, or 3 months ago Activision was like, we promise innovation in Call of Duty. Black Ops 2 is going to be innovative. We're going to do things different. It's going to be a new experience. And then we watched this E3 2012 demo, and it's the same
garbage.
boring shit. Not only the same boring shit, but the same boring shit for 11 fucking minutes.
Oh my god.
I had a lot of fun legitimately saying, oh, well, I better get caught up on some work while this is going on. I did get caught up, and the trailer was still fucking going on. It's ridiculous.
It was god awful. In the
It was terrible.
in the pre-show fun fest before we got on, I let Nate just listen to me for 11 minutes as I bitched and complained about this trailer every step of the
It
way.
was like, I was sitting there downloading videos and shit for the show, and every once in a while I hear Joe like, he's shooting through a fucking bridge's pylon, and shit like that. And I'm just like, I see, this was a mistake. This was a huge mistake. They should have never gone into the future. They should have stayed present day or in the past, because that reined them in. They couldn't have sniper rifles that shot through like 20 feet of concrete.
Well, putting that aside, I mean, I'm not going to judge the setting yet, but I'm just going to echo what you were saying before, that if they really wanted to wow us or impress any of us, why in God's fucking name did they not show what makes this game unique? Now we're all hating on it. I can imagine we're not the only ones hating on this thing, because that trailer was a piece of garbage. It was exactly as you put it, the same thing we've always seen.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel
dude.
like it's still gonna sell 9.5 million copies
Oh,
because this
it'll-
is still what people like, and I still don't understand it anymore. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that. I just think that it was still dumb to not show anything new out of it, though. I mean, it doesn't need to be proven to us that they know how to do an on-rail shooter.
Yeah, it's like every year they're like, we're gonna prove that we can polish the best turd in the business.
It is gonna be so
Shine.
shiny.
Mythbusters have proven you can polish a turd, though, and it gets pretty fucking shiny.
Oh, and don't get me wrong. I mean, graphically, the game does look good. The backdrop of Los Angeles basically burning while drones are flying overhead. I mean, there's a lot going on the screen. Probably more than we've seen in a Call of Duty game to date. but it's like it's the same on rails bullshit. And
Right,
the
you
same
said that,
big
yeah.
event bullshit with no real connection to what's going on, and you're just it's okay. Like every year. And we could go back and check afterwards, or somebody that watches the show can go back and check and tell me if I'm right. The first 5 minutes of the opening sequence of the Black Ops 2 trailer was the player wasn't in control. And then I'd say probably every 30 seconds after that, the player wasn't in control. And if you go back and watch the Modern Warfare 3 trailer, I guarantee you it's the same way. Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, it's all the same shit. It's all watching shit go down and not actually participating.
Right.
I mean,
there's
the
so
only
much.
time... I'm sorry, go ahead, Joe.
No, it's okay. I'm saying you're absolutely right. There's so much going on around you. It's so busy. It's so frenetic. There's so much shit happening, but you're not causing any of it.
One
not
of my
doing
The
anything.
only time he took control of the player, of the actual game, he sat at the top of the bridge without moving and sniped down on the bad guys who sat in place. And to make it even simpler, he just whipped out a sniper rifle that could shoot through 20 feet of concrete.
Just drained the fun out of the game.
It's true, and the best part about all of it was how they explained away the really, most likely what will be really simplistic and boring flight controls to, oh, well, the targeting computers do it all for you. Don't worry about it. Do you remember hearing that in the dialogue or whatever?
Yeah. And that was the craziest thing about that stupid plane sequence is he's like, he got in a plane. I was like, oh, all right, let's see him get in a plane. Let's see if we can fly around. No, it's an on-rails plane with a fucking targeting system that barely needs you to shoot anything.
No, I'm pretty sure you actually pilot it. I'm pretty sure you
And to
pilot it, but it doesn't
clarify-
matter.
To clarify, guys, the demo that Treyarch showcased at E3 is not the demo that they gave IGN and are passing off as the demo from the press conference.
Oh.
It's a completely different demo where they've actually, instead of the guy sitting on the top of the bridge and sniping down through the concrete, which everybody thought was fucking terrible, they actually had a demo ready where he actually went down and shot people, which I just realized it as we're playing the live stream. I was like, oh, that's shady as fuck, but whatever.
Wow. Dicks.
False advertisement, sleight
Total
of hand,
dicks.
bait and switch. They bait and switched the turd.
Oh. Here's an even shinier turd. Look at this.
It's like, you thought that last turd was shiny. Check out this piece of poo. We freshly squozed it.
They slathered it with lube.
Oh. Yeah, way to step the line, Alex.
Oh man, you guys are absolutely right. There was nothing about the Black Ops 2 trailer that intrigued me, impressed me, got me any bit excited. It was probably, when that trailer ended, it was probably the quietest reception I've ever heard for a Call of Duty game.
Dude, I totally was thinking that when I was watching the live stream. I was like, oh man, that is so tepid, that applause. That's fucking ridiculous. You're like,
Yeah, because
Oh,
everybody
11
had the
minutes.
same reaction we did. It was, oh, great, Call of Duty. Yeah.
Did you really think you were going to be
Golf
impressed
clap.
by it, though? Let's be fair, though. Did any of you guys actually think you were going to be impressed by it? Because I wasn't surprised at my lack of surprise. I was tuned
shocked
out.
that it was. I thought there was 11 minutes of that crappy of fucking gameplay footage.
Well, 11 minutes, yeah, I'm with you on that.
I mean,
That-
like,
that
they
was a
didn't
bit
show
long.
me, like, and they said, like, every other minute, it was, like, something the character wasn't doing for themselves. And I went, this is what you're showing me? This is what you choose to show me from your fucking bazillion-dollar franchise? Dude, not
Amazing
excited.
innovation, fucking
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
Great.
fucking Call of Duty Return of the King. Jesus Christ.
Electric Boogaloo.
No, I got, and you know what? As much of as a cynic as I come off as in this show, I always, when we get, big trailers, big announcements, E3 comes around, I always have that kind of grain of hope that hasn't been squashed yet, that I'm gonna see something amazing, and sometimes that comes true. Like this year, there was some amazing shit on during the press conferences. The most of it was shit, like Black Ops 2, and that crushed my soul. But there was some other shit that made up for it. So let's just move right down to EA's press conference and talk a little bit about Dead Space 3, I think,
Okay.
because that looked fantastic. I mean, that was another game where I sat there and was like, how are they going to get this to run on the 360? It looks so fucking good.
Well, was that